here with the Sony AZ528 versus the AZ405, and there are a few minor differences here. You can really see that these are from the exact same series here. The build is exactly the same, but there are a few differences here, and the main one for me is the zoom. So this has a 40x zoom, that's 405 here, and then this has 52x zoom, which is the AZ528. And I took my mother to the zoo to test these out, which was pretty fun, but also to see what exactly that difference in zoom does. So let's take a look at a few pictures. So being able to see these images side by side is really cool, because that extra zoom really does make a difference. Other than that, I think the image quality is quite the same, but first let's take a look at a monkey here. This is the AZ405 zoomed at 25x, so you can see all the detail here. So this is all optical zoom, no digital zoom whatsoever, and it can go up to 40x, so this is not even the closest that it can get, but it's still a quite cool image here. And then let's look at the AZ528. This is 35x zoom, so near the maximum that the AZ405 can do, and you can really see the quality here of the image. I think the image quality of both of these cameras is exactly the same, but the difference here is in the functionality and then the added zoom function for the 55 on the 528, and this is a 55 zoom on the 528, and this is the kind of image that you can get when we were standing right next to enclosure. Look at how close that monkey is. I think it focused just a little bit too much here on the tree in front, but its little hand there is really cool, and cool to see that it's eating. And this is the same monkey zoomed at a 45x with the AZ528, and look at that level of detail on the hair, and then still having the trees here in the back a little in focus, so that's really cool to see. So let's take a look at a brown monkey as well. So here's the AZ405 at 40x zoom. I mean, look at how close that monkey is, and we're standing quite far away here for this picture. Look at the detail of that hair right there. I think I could have done a better job of holding it completely still, but the image quality is quite nice here. I think it's turned out quite well. And here's a 35 zoom with the AZ528, so just a little bit less zoom and a little bit more light fall here, and you can see the differences here in the image quality. So I think that's cool to see as well. And then I had a brown monkey with a 50x zoom. I was walking around just a bit, but you were still able to capture this with a 50x zoom on the AZ528. So this is shot right out of my hand. I didn't use any type of tripod or anything. I just shot the image straight like this. I was still able to do that. It's quite difficult to get that without shaking, but it is possible. And then a brown monkey with the AZ528 at a 55x zoom, so the monkey was standing still here, which made it a little bit more easy. And look at the level of detail. I really like this image, and that you're able to capture that from that much of a distance. Then let's look at the elephants, because that enclosure was really large as well, so you can really look at some differences here. So this is the AZ405 zoomed at 12x. Look at that elephant. It's quite a nice image here, and everything is in focus, so that's quite cool. And then similar image here, the AZ528 zoomed at 12x, which is also pretty cool. Here it's crushing a tree, so that's quite a cool action picture right there. So I think the image quality is quite the same here between the two. Then the AZ405 55x zoom. So this is really getting in close with that elephant. You can really see the detail here. This is just a little bit degrading here from the digital zoom. So the 405 has up to 40x zoom, so there's just quite a little bit of digital zoom here as well. And then look at a 55x zoom on the 528. Let's see those side by side. So this is almost completely an optical zoom. It's just even a little bit closer here, and look at that detail of that elephant. I think that's really great. Completely zoomed in on its eye right there. So seeing images like these are quite cool. And we have some images of the penguins here with the AZ405 at 40x zoom. I wasn't able to capture the penguin in its entirety. It zoomed a little bit on the plants, I think, there in the back. And here's the AZ528 with a 40x zoom, which is quite nice. You really see the detail on those penguins there. So I was able to capture that a little bit better with the 528. You can also look at the differences here in a Koala. This is a 10x on the AZ405 and then a 10x on the AZ528. You can see the differences here. The AZ528 was a little bit better to shoot through the glass for some reason on multiple pictures, also when we tried to record a panda. And then here again with the AZ405 in a Koala. But I think with both, the detail is quite cool, and it was able to capture that quite well. So I don't know if that's a feature thing. I don't think so. I think it's a coincidence with those pictures through the glass. But here is the AZ405 at a 40x. We're quite close to the Koala, but with a 40x, look at what you can do with that. Here's a 35x with the AZ528, just a little bit further away, but look at that fur. It's really cool to see. And then we can also compare the AZ405 with the 55x zoom, and then the 528 with the 55x zoom. That's really up close, and you can really see the difference between those two cameras when you zoom in that far. I think it's very cool to see the difference in image degradation and the quality of the picture. I do like the 405 one still, so I think that is a quality image as well, and this is the distance that you can get with those zoom cameras. Now there are a few additional minor differences here between the two in the series. But this one has Wi-Fi and this one does not, which makes it a little bit easier and more versatile to get the pictures out of this. They both have like this flash that can pop out, which we didn't really use in our test, but it's the exact same system here, the exact same flash. It is the exact same body, although this one is listed 405 listed as a little bit lighter, but I think that is because that is without the batteries. So this one takes 4 AA batteries. So as you can see, pop-out system is just a little bit different. 4 AA batteries, and then of course a SD card. And when you add those batteries, the weight doesn't really make that much of a difference. Almost exactly the same between the two. So I think that's a little bit of misleading with this one. So they come in at a little. This one has the rechargeable battery in there, which makes it just a little bit easier, in my opinion. Just get one extra, for example, and then easily charge that. You can charge it through the USB port right here, which also makes it easy to get the photos out from the camera right onto your computer. So that's quite nice. This one also has just a little bit of a better lens cap. Closes. It has that closed system like you have with normal DSLR cameras. So this almost is a DSLR camera with a fixed lens. And I think the advantage here is that it's really solid, very rugged here, so you can't really break anything with this lens like you would with a DSLR camera. But this comes really, really close to that same type of camera. And then this one just has a cap you put on top of it, which is quite loose. I've managed to get this off of my camera when I had it in my backpack quite a few times. That's just a little bit of a difference here. Now the zoom works the same with both cameras. It is integrated here in the button to take the photos, which is quite nice. I think that's a lot of a better system than cameras that have a separate zoom button. So you just tilt this right to zoom in and then left to zoom out, and it focuses really fast when you zoom. That's the same with both cameras. The zoom focus quite fast. The system is exactly the same here. Feels the same. The buttons are all exactly the same here at the back as well, and at the front. So the camera chassis is exactly the same. You just get those differences with zoom, the Wi-Fi here, and the fixed battery in this one. So those are the only differences here. When you use the zoom button, it focuses really quickly, which is quite nice. You also get the menu here with a lot of options to change like your camera settings, just like you would with a normal DSLR camera. It comes really, really close to getting like a camera with a lens that you can attach to it. And that of course gives you the option to use multiple lenses, but this one just has the fixed lens with a very, very solid frame. I think that's the advantage here. If you're going to buy one of these, of course the price difference is significant, but this one with the extra zoom, it just gives you so many opportunities to capture exceptional images from quite a large distance. If you don't plan on capturing animals from a large distance, then this will do fine. I think the Wi-Fi edition, it's nice to have, but it isn't a game changer. For the rest, the chassis is exactly the same here. The downside with this one is the AA batteries, but that's also something you can overcome. But with the zoom, I really like this one.